I have had clients. It's a question that's come up that I'm kind of seeing, like, how would you answer it in a private coaching session where the man says, I want sex 3 times a week. And I don't think she's ever going to get there. And like, for me, I don't know if I'll ever be happy if I don't get it 3 times a week. And I'm just choosing an arbitrary number, obviously. And the woman says, like, I'm more comfortable once every 2 weeks. Where do you go from there?
First of all, there's no particular number of times a week which is normal or not normal. It's what you desire. That's point number one. But point number two, which is really the door that opens a lot more, is that if a man or a woman is having sex, quote, infrequently, or wants to have sex infrequently compared to their partner, then assuming there's no physiological thing and they're not like working too many hours a week and so they're exhausted, like without any of those kinds of factors, it means that the sex she's having is not actually the sex she wants to be having. And so I think that there are many, in particular women, who think they are not that sexual or think their normal libido is whatever it is. And maybe that is. When I say think that way, I'm not implying I know better than they do. They know. However, when, like, I don't know if you've seen this in your practice too, but I've certainly seen often enough where a woman is like, oh, once every 2 weeks is enough for me. And then if she has an affair or she gets divorced and has a new lover, it's like, oh my gosh, every day, sometimes twice a day. And that woman is not unique. And as far as I'm concerned, there doesn't need to be an affair or a divorce in order to access that juiciness. For the man who wants sex 3 times a week, the main place he needs to put his attention is how to become the lover that is irresistible to her. She doesn't need to be having sex 3 times a week as a duty or as a favor. That gets old super quick. But 3 times a week, that is totally available if you really learn how to be a wonderful lover so that she's dripping for more, literally and figuratively. Like if sex isn't happening and there's, you don't have a child in the hospital, or like there's so many considerations where that's just not where the energy goes. But if you don't have one of those external factors at play and you want more sex, then your job is to figure out how the sex you're having can be more nourishing, more gratifying, more delicious. And also, if a woman wants to want more sex than she's having, not that she wants more sex, but she wants to want it more, she can do a lot to discover what is going to make sex more enjoyable. Like, I'm not just sticking it on the partner. I actually think, in this case on the husband, I actually think the key to really great sex is both people taking responsibility. So I don't believe that, a woman is a damsel in distress waiting for a Prince Charming lover. No, not at all. She can discover what feels good, like, and ask for it. It can be very vulnerable if you haven't, to learn how to make requests so that they're not complaints. It's not critical. It's like you can co-create some pretty extraordinary experiences, but you both have to be willing to speak in a way that's going to be kind and explore, because it's not going to be perfect every time, even if you discover on your own what feels good. There's a whole level of communication to say your request without judgment. But what I guess the implication that I have, and I'm guessing you agree, is that having a fantastic relationship is a learnable skill. And that is true when it comes to communication, when it comes to feeling emotionally cherished, and that is certainly true when it comes to sexuality, that they're learnable skills. And the main problem is that most people don't ever have any worthwhile education, which is why you and I have the callings we have.